Back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Behind me is a Jeep Gladiator. Finally, I've gotten almost like 15 requests to review this car behind me, so I'm finally at it. I have it in the Mojave trim level, which is the one exactly that I was waiting for to review for you guys. I wanted the specific spec with this, especially this color right here. So let's get into it. It's a car. So now, one thing that I'm going to do a little bit different with this review, since most of the styling touches is not that much different than the now 3 Wranglers that I've reviewed. So we'll go through most of the differences. I mean, the interior is almost the exact same, so I'm not going to spend too much time on the interior. It's just not worth it. I mean, I have 3 other Wrangler reviews. We'll go over the Mojave though. We will go over driving dynamics. We will go over the powertrain still, just to give you guys still a full in-depth review. I'm not going to skimp on that, but we're going to skip over a few things, the basic things that are just like every other Wrangler that you've seen on the channel. But yeah, let's get into it. Here it is, everybody. Here is the Jeep Gladiator in the Mojave trim level. I absolutely love this color. It's kind of like Audi's Nardo gray that you get on some of their RS models, which is, it's not a bad color at all. I like the orange accenting you get on all the badges. Of course, you have the 4x4 desert rated one, Jeep Gladiator. I love the tires. The tires are absolutely awesome. The wheels blacked out, looks great. At this price point of right around $55,000, I wish they were had the LED option package. The halogens is, I mean, come on now. But looking at the front, it looks very similar to the 392 Jeep Wrangler, which stay tuned for that because that review is on its way. You do have the sides, the DRLs, turn signals, everything like that. From the side is basically where it differentiates itself from a Jeep Wrangler. From the front up to about here, it's basically the same. Here you do get the truck bed, so let's focus on that. And I wish I had the blind spot with the LED taillights, which is a gripe of mine. I love the orange here, but here, this is a little shallow though. I wish that the truck bed was a little deeper, but it's enough for what anybody's actually going to use this for. I wish there was like some kind of step, kind of like what other truck manufacturers do. But you have your backup camera right there, your 7/4-pin harness, the tow hooks right there. I really like how they added those orange painted tow hooks. But overall, it's really easy to even with the tailgate up, it's really easy to come in and just grab something out of here if you wanted to do that. You do have that rear window back there, which we'll get into in the interior. Speaking of that, let's get in the interior. Here you do have some running boards. The key is the same as every other Jeep Wrangler. You guys can check out my review for that. The door panel is the same. Steering wheel, with the exception of the orange accents versus the red that you saw in the Rubicon that I did, the interior is basically the exact same. This one does have cloth seats with the hardtop roof, which you can remove. You can take off the doors. You can fold down the windshield. You can do all of that. But going over the steering wheel is nice. I love the gauge cluster. But for a full in-depth review, make sure you guys check out my Jeep one of my 3 Jeep Wrangler reviews. I do have the 4xe as well if you guys didn't check that out. You still get your 4x4, your axle locker, sway bar disconnect, everything like that. There's your manual handbrake. I really do like how they have that. I wish at this price that it was power, but it is what it is. But let's check out the engine real quick. Let me show you guys, and then we'll take it for a drive. Now this specific one does have the 3.6 liter V6, Pentastar V6, that you find, the same one that you find under the Wrangler that I reviewed. But I really wish they did away with this prop rod. The struts, you just need struts. But this is a good amount of power for this. We'll go into the test drive. But overall, if you want more specs on this engine, again, check out my Jeep Wrangler review. But let's get into the driving portion and see exactly how the Gladiator differs from that of the Wrangler. So starting up the Jeep Gladiator is basically like every other Jeep Wrangler Gladiator. Starts right up. The 3.6 liter V6 has a very buttery smooth startup, but putting it into drive here, or let's go into reverse real quick. I'll show you guys that backup camera right there. You do have zoom. You can zoom in a little bit just to get your trailer hitch if you wanted to tow anything with your Jeep Gladiator. But overall, I wish this had the big 8.4-inch one versus the 7-inch one, but it's fine. It is what it is. I like how they still give you the manual parking brake. It's a little bit more control. But here in the 2-high mode right here, we'll go here. The mirrors are the same as the Wrangler, but they're actually pretty good in the Gladiator. I can see everything that I really need to. I have no complaints with the sight lines are great. The switch gears are great. It's the same as you find in the new Grand Cherokee, which is not a bad thing at all. But let's hop over here, take it around. The acceleration's great. Gas mileage is okay. This one, I think you get like 17 city, 22 highway, which is, it's not stellar, but it's, I mean, it's good enough. Coming over here to the side, let's do a little acceleration. It's not the fastest thing. The transmission is a little slow. I wish the transmission was a little bit better, but it's fine. It's a little slow to shift, but the power is great. The power is very strong in this 3.6 liter Pentastar V6. You know, turning modulation is great. I love the mirrors, actually. I mean, even if you're towing something, these mirrors would not cause you any sort of issue, which is awesome. You know, just turning around, you would think that larger size, I mean, this is still a mid-size truck, but it is big. I mean, a mid-size truck is not some small compact thing like the new Ford Maverick. So, but you know, maneuvering this around, I have absolutely no issues with it. I mean, I can see absolutely just fine. I can see my wheel, where exactly my wheels are. I can see exactly where everything is in this car. The brake pedal modulation is great. Let's pull back over here. So pulling back into the dealer lot right here, even in smaller little areas here, it is great. You can manage the size of this thing very well, which is something that I find very impressive with the Jeep Gladiator. Most other mid-sized trucks, you feel very wallowy. You can't see exactly where the corners of this car, and even this is actually, you would think, is one of the hardest cars to maneuver around, just because you can't really see where the fenders are because they're lower than the rest of the hood. But overall, I mean, I haven't had that issue yet. I can see all the way down. I mean, look at this. I can turn so easily. I can see where everything is. I don't need any parking sensors, cameras, none of that. This even, you know, going off-roading with this would not pose a big issue because you can see everything. I mean, it's made to do that. And even if you wanted to take everything off, the roof off, the windshield, the doors, everything, I mean, you'd get that connection to nature which you associate with Jeep products. You know, why do you buy the Jeep Wrangler? To go off-roading, you know, see nature without having to, you know, on paved roads and all that stuff like that. So I think this is the perfect thing if you want to, you know, haul some stuff in the back. You have plenty of space for your family. You can tow a good bit with this thing. I think it's right around, you know, like 7,000 pounds is right about what it is. So it's good. The steering wheel is one of my favorite. I love the perforated leather with the orange stitching, the orange accents. Everything's very, very nice. But coming back here, we'll wrap up this review. A huge thank you to Jeep Schoolfield over here at Union City, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram for providing this vehicle for us. I'm very impressed with it. You know, give them, you know, go to their website, check out their inventory. If there's anything you like, they'll give you a great deal, even on something just like this. But overall, that does wrap up this review. Subscribe, like, and comment for more amazing content on some very special cars coming soon. But yeah, that wraps up the video. I'll catch you guys in that next video.